Hello everybody, this is Pocket Zombie and welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Pocket video. This video actually is going out the day that the new set releases, the new pack. I think it's not a full set, I think it's a mini set. So unfortunately we are not getting to use any of those cards for today's video. And I said I wasn't going to turn it down, but gee whiz, is it just freaking loud for me? I think it's fine for you guys maybe, but for me, holy dooly is it loud. But anyway, yeah, the new set's coming out the day this video releases, but we still have decks that we have not explored from the first three packs, the first set of cards. And today we're going to be looking at Charizard EX. I ended up getting a bunch of the immersion one, so I figured why not? That if that's not assigned to use this deck, I don't know what is. So if we're looking at Charizard EX, first attack kind of standard. It's the same as like Venusaur, has a very similar attack. For 1 fire and 2 colorless, you can do slash for 60 damage, or for 2 fire energies and 2 colorless energies, you can Crimson Storm, which does 200 damage, which knocks out every single card in the game currently. And you can discard, or you have to discard 2 fire energies from this Pokemon to do it. Now, unlike something like Mewtwo EX, where that has a consistent energy replenish source through Gardevoir, Charizard doesn't have that. So you're kind of trying to build up as much as you can, and then hoping you're getting the KOs that either end the game or put you in a position where you aren't going to lose because you don't need to use another Crimson Storm after that point. So that's the goal here. How are we going to go about doing this? There's kind of 2 different popular Charizard decks. One of them where it's just a straight Charizard. Maybe you have a normal Charizard, not the non-EX version in there, just to have a little bit of variety. But for the most part, it'll just be Charizard and Moltres EX. With Moltres EX, you're using its first attack typically for a single fire energy. You flip 3 coins, take an amount of fire energies from your energy zone equal to the number of heads that you attach to your bench fire-type Pokemon in any way that you like. So this is your energy acceleration for this deck. Unlike something like Misty, that's a supporter card, you have to use an attack to do this. But unlike Misty, where if you hit heads on the first one and you're done, Inferno Dance always guarantees you flip 3 coins, and then you get as many fire energies per heads that you get. Moltres also has the attack Heat Blast. If you get really lucky on your Inferno Dances or really unlucky in the Pokemon that you pull, you could use Heat Blast, but for the most part, you're powering up your Charizards. You're not really powering up the Moltres. And so those are like the 2 in typical Charizard decks that you see, the Moltres and the Charizard line. But we are actually running the variant that also includes Arcanine EX. Arcanine EX is another big attacker with 3 energy costs, 2 fires, 1 colorless, with an Inferno Onrush, does 120 damage, and then this attack does 20 damage to this Pokemon as well. So you're taking a little bit of recoil, but it's also a really big heavy hitter. And this is something that you could build up on your bench while Charizard is getting KOs with Crimson Inferno, and then retreat into the Arcanine and clean up. So that's going to be the Pokemon that are running this deck: 2 Growlithe, 2 Charmander, 2 Charmeleon, 2 Arcanine EX, 2 Moltres EX, and 2 Charizard EX. And then we get a little bit funky with the trainers because you are running so many Pokemon. So we do have 1 potion, 2 X speeds because you want to make sure that you're getting Moltres out of the active once you've gotten your energy attached from the Inferno attack, the Inferno Dance. And then we have 2 Pokeballs to search out our Pokemon so we can get our Charmanders and our Growlithe, 2 Professor's Research, and then 1 Sabrina to hopefully secure a kill on an important Pokemon off the bench. So that's this deck. It's a little bit clunkier only because there's so many Pokemon in there and so much less trainers, but it is really effective, and we're going to showcase that today with some matches. So let's hop right into those. Coin flip. We're going first. Kind of unfortunate, but here we are. We do start with a Moltres at least. So next round we'll be able to put a Moltres out, get our Inferno Dance off. And we're going against an electric type deck, which are typically faster than Charizard, so it's going to be It's going to be an uphill fight for sure, because we're going first. We do get a Sabrina and a Professor's Research. I'm going to pull up the Professor's Research. See what we get. We get a Charmeleon and another Charmeleon. Not awesome, because we don't have Charmander yet, but we're going to put down Growlithe, so we can hopefully evolve it quickly. And then I will end the turn there. The unfortunate thing will be is we get Sabrina here, but it's not the end of the world if we do. We're going to see a Pikachu EX go on the bench. And a Pokeball. Obviously, the strategy with Pikachu EX is to get as many Pokemon on the field as you can to power up your Pikachu. Moltres is also weak to electric, unlike the other Pokemon in this deck that are weak to water. They're actually going to X speed, so they're going to get the Zapdos out of the active spot, which is interesting. They're going to bring in Pikachu. That's an interesting play, I guess, because Zapdos could at least get damage down this turn, whereas Pikachu can't, but Pikachu also gets to do a ton of damage next turn, so it's kind of the give or take. Unfortunately, we pull another Growlithe. The nice thing is I can actually Sabrina here and pull up one of these Pokemon that they'd rather not have in the active spot. And then I'm going to put a Fire Energy down, and I don't need to play this other Growlithe because if I get 3 heads, then that Growlithe's powered up, right? We get 1 tails, 2 tails, 1 heads. Sounds about right. Sounds like my luck. Now it automatically attaches to Growlithe because it's the only Pokemon down. I could have put down another Growlithe in case I get Sabrina this turn. So that I could sacrifice the Growlithe with no energies on it, but here we are. So now we're going to see what my opponent decides to do. Because they did invest in the Pikachu, but now it's back on the bench. So I think they're going to fish for the X speed, but they're just attached to the Pikachu on the bench. They got the X speed, are you kidding me? Okay, well, that's not great. Because now Moltres is going to take 80 damage. And we're going to take 80 damage. And we're just not getting anything here. This is not great. So I'm going to put up the Pokeball. I finally get a Charmander, which is nice. The problem becomes, so we don't have Arcanine yet, and this Charmander is still a Charmander. It's not a Charmeleon. So I'm going to attach to the Growlithe in case we do pull that Arcanine next turn, and then I'm going to flip my coin. 1 tails, 1 heads. 1 heads every time. I'm going to attach it to Charmander. Attach to Charmander. There we go. Yeah. So now Charmander has an energy on it. We kind of need the top deck Arcanine next turn. Otherwise, we're just kind of cooked. We'll see the energy attached to the Zapdos. And Pikachu will just KO my Moltres. Now I'm in a really bad position because I can't let anything get KO'd now. And that's why we need to top deck Arcanine, right? So I'll promote the Growlithe. So Growlithe's the only one that has a chance to do anything. And we just lose. So that'll be concede because, well, I guess if we get really lucky, something I could do, I guess. Here, let's actually try this. I'm going to put in Moltres. Put in other Moltres. Attach a Fire Energy. I'm going to retreat the Growlithe into Moltres. Essentially, we're just buying time. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't throw yet. We put down Charmeleon. And now let's Inferno Dance. Okay, if we get all 3 heads here, I'm gonna put them on Charmeleon. We get 2 at least. My opponent leaves. You know what? I'm a betting man. I'm gonna put them both on Charmeleon. I bet we top deck the Charizard, not the Arcanine. That's what I'm betting on. If we accidentally get the Arcanine, then whoops. Then whoops, we kind of just lose at that point, unfortunately. They're going to Sabrina, though. I can put up Charmeleon, though. Charmeleon doesn't get Oh, no, Charmeleon does get KO. That's just game. I thought Charmeleon had enough HP. It doesn't. Yeah, we kind of just had to go for it because again, that's kind of what these videos are, is I just don't get the evolutions I need, ever. So, unfortunate first game loss, but we're going to go again, see if we can get this one to be a little more fluid. Going flip. I just realized I got a Discord message. I didn't hear it because I don't have my earphones on, but you guys heard it. Okay, we start with 2 Charmanders this time. You know, just great all around, really. So essentially what we have to do this game, and we're up against a water deck too, that only needs, does Lapras need 2 or single water energy? Let me look at Lapras, please. Single water energy. That's so bad for us. We do get the Charmeleon at least, and we also go first, which is even worse, because we don't get the energy attach here. So I'm going to go Growlithe, I'll go Charmander. I'll go other Growlithe. I'm actually going to X speed. So Growlithe has a little more HP, so it'll take a little more time for that Lapras to KO it. So I'm going to do that, and then end the turn. Ha ha ha. And not an amazing start, for sure. Into a terrible matchup. Where's the Articuno? Water energy attached to Lapras. Do they have a Misty? Nope, they're just going to attack with Hydro Pump, which does do 40. So they're going to KO me next turn. So I guess... Well, actually, well, here. I'm going to waste my potion, essentially, on my Growlithe, but what this does is it makes them have to attach to Lapras if they want to KO me this next turn, instead of attaching Articuno. Yeah, because essentially what I'm going to have to do, because we don't start with Moltres, is essentially I have to sacrifice 2 Growlithes. I see a Professor's Research. So no Misty this turn. They do attach Articuno, so this makes Growlithe survive for another turn. So that's actually really helpful. It's actually really helpful because of how far behind we are in energy. If you do finally find Moltres, nice of you to join us. And then I'm going to put down Charizard. I'll just end. We're still in a really weird position because when I see the Misty, can you get a Tails on the first one? Because I need that kind of luck right now. Thank you. Okay. So they're going to get to attach to Articuno. They're going to KO Growlithe. If they're smart here, I think we just lose, unfortunately, but we have to kind of hope that our opponent doesn't play well, right? Because what needs to happen... I guess I could have sacrificed another Growlithe, but that's just giving them more time to put up more energy. But what I guess I could have done is put up Growlithe, get the energy attached to Charizard, and then I could have Crimson Stormed on this Lapras and just KO'd it, and possibly been in a position to KO the Articuno as well. But now I have to take attack from the Lapras. The Lapras is actually going to X-Speed out, which is interesting. That's interesting. Professor's Research. I guess if they find another basic, then they don't have to bring in Lapras. Yeah, Pokeball. What I need now is Sabrina. Right? As long as they don't put down... Well, even the Staryu, if it doesn't get an evolution here. But yeah, I'd like a Sabrina. We might be kind of fine here. Let's find out. I'm going to Pokeball just to get rid of cards in my deck. Never mind, there are no more. And then I'm going to Crimson Storm here, which will KO the Articuno. And now Slash KOs either the Staryu or the Lapras. But if Staryu evolves into Starmie, then we need the Sabrina. You're going to see a Lapras EX, so actually the Sabrina doesn't save us anymore. And there's the Starmie. Well, the Sabrina can still be useful. Misty. Don't hit the Misty, please. I'm already fighting for my life out here. Thank you. So they get the singular energy attach. But again, we're not a Mewtwo EX, so we don't get 2 energies in this turn. So we can't use our big boy attack. And that potion doesn't save that Lapras unless I have another, which they do, of course. Oh, they're actually going to put Lapras in the active spot so it can attack. No, wait, they attach the Starmie, sorry. That's interesting. I don't know why they did that. Huh. Well, I get the Sabrina, but I don't need it anymore. So I guess I attach this Charizard. And then just Slash. I don't necessarily know what my opponent's doing here. I think I won because of that play. I'm going to put down an Articuno. Because they already used next speed. So they can't retreat this Lapras. Unless they attach an energy to it. And then that means your Starmie doesn't have an energy attached. So yeah, you put down the Starmie. You Sabrina. Okay. I mean, I should still win then. Because, yeah, I have to use my energy attached to Growlithe this turn, but I can KO your Lapras anyway. So I just attach to Growlithe. Retreat into Charizard. I don't know why they brought in the Lapras. They could have won if they didn't do that. But we take those. We do take those. So we win in an unfavorable matchup. Oh, hey Tinder. How's it going, buddy? But yeah, Charizard. We won against Articuno. So we're gonna do another match. Hopefully we win more legitimately in this next one. But yeah, let's continue on. Coin flip. We got tails. We finally get to go second for once. Do we start with Moltres? We do, but no other basics. We do have a Pokeball though, and a Professor's Research. So here's hoping we find Charmander, if not Growlithe. Getting our second Moltres would be bad, to say the least. Oh my god. Why are we facing all the water decks? And it's going to be the Articuno Greninja, which is arguably one of the best Articuno decks right now. That's actually the deck it was between Charizard and Articuno Greninja for today's video. And I was like, you know what? We've already done Articuno. Let's do Charizard and face every water deck we've ever seen. So we do pull a Growlithe off of the Pokeball, but we did top deck a Pokeball. So we get to play 2 of them this turn. Hoping for Charmander. There's Moltres. I'm going to play Professor's Research. Hope for the Charmander. Growlithe. Everything but Charmander. Very good. Very good for us. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to decide what I'd rather get Sabrina. I don't think they're going to Sabrina. I'm gonna count my chickens. Because even if they do Sabrina, they won't be able to attack this turn if they do that, right? 1 heads. 2 heads. 3 heads. All 3 heads, baby. That means Arcanine is ready to go for next turn. We do have Arcanine in our hand as well, so. Couldn't ask for a better turn. Unfortunately, Arcanine doesn't KO Articuno, though. So that's a slight issue, right? We do see Frogadier. And, water energy attached to the Articuno. And a Misty. Typically, I suggest personally that you play Misty first before your energy attach for the turn, because what if you hit 3 heads here? Or you just hit 0. But if you hit 3 heads there, then you essentially just wasted your energy attach for the turn. Ooh, our Charmander's here. So now I can put down Charmander. I can evolve Growlithe into Arcanine. And I can get a little zesty in Inferno Dance again. And we'll hope for as good of luck as we had last time. 1 heads. 1. Okay, 2 heads. We'll take that. 2 heads. We're going to attach both to Charmander. And then next turn, we're going to go on to the offensive with Arcanine. Now, once again, the unfortunate thing is that Arcanine does damage to itself and doesn't Oko Articuno. So, there is that problem. We're going to see the Sabrina. Well, I do have to go into Arcanine here. But I'm kind of okay with it. The Greninja's out, which is bad, because now they can start tapping on my bench. They're actually going to hit the Arcanine, which that's fine. Because you were going to 2-hit KO the Arcanine anyway. Yeah. We'll pull up another Charmeleon. I kind of need Charizard to show up ASAP. We're going to attach for the turn. Arcanine is going to go for the Inferno on Rush. Which will just KO this Articuno. Not KO, sorry. That's been the whole thing, is that it doesn't KO Articuno. But now, Articuno could KO with the Wing. Which I guess maybe you want to do that because you probably power up Greninja here. Since Articuno's going to be KO'd next turn. Yeah, the Greninja doing the 20 to the active Arcanine, I don't think was the ideal move for them, right? You want to start hitting the bench to soften them up. So yeah, now they have to choose. Do they attach to Articuno to do Blizzard this turn? Yep, you're going to attach to the Greninja. Makes sense. Water Shuriken. Into Charmeleon, yep. So now I need to top deck Charizard or I lose, right? So Ice Wing is going to KO this Arcanine. So I need to top deck the Charizard here. And I don't. I frickin' top deck Arcanine. So there is the argument against running the Arcanine version of this deck, because Arcanine does get in the way a lot, right? There's been a lot of times where it's like, I need a certain card, and then Arcanine shows up. So it's like, is it really worth it? I mean, it's nice to have that because Charizard does take so much to power up, but it sucks when Arcanine just gets in the way the whole time, right? So I think, unfortunately, what our best move is... I'm going to put down a Moltres. I'm going to attach to Charmeleon. Yeah, because, like, Greninja KOs Charmeleon. So I need to retreat Charmeleon. And bring in Moltres. And then we're going to Inferno Dance with Moltres. One tails, 1 heads, 2 heads. Okay, cool. So what I can do with that, I can either power up Charmeleon or I could power up this Moltres. So then Moltres could come in and KO Articuno. Okay, apparently I took too long thinking. I thought I had a little more time than that. So Charmeleon got him, so Moltres can't now. So I need to top deck Charizard once again, because I didn't know the timer was that short on figuring out where to put my energies. So I can get Water Shuriken on the Charmander, or Charmeleon, sorry. And then the attach the Articuno so they can Blizzard here. But yeah, top deck Charizard is a must right now. I mean, what? I mean, it's just a comedy at this point. Truly just a comedy at this point. So I can't win. There's 6 cards left in the deck. 2 of them are Charizard. Yeah, I'm just looking here, and it's like, we don't have anything we can do. I'll do my move, but truly, they've won. We got very unfortunate tonight that not only did the evolutions, the card evolutions that we needed not come up ever, but also we ran into 2 water decks. And it's like, what can you do? Part of the reason why Charizard isn't super strong is both because of relied on Moltres for energy acceleration, and being a stage 2, and your big attack discards 2 of your energies, and which means you can't use that big attack anymore for like 2 turns at least. And the strength of Articuno. There's just a lot working against Charizard, unfortunately. So here we are. Here we are with another loss. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, next week we should have a new set to work with, so that'll be fun. But yeah, if you guys want to try the deck out for yourself, the deck list will be in the description below. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you have not already. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.